Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Trekking Across. Oh no, it might be arcing across the universe now. I don't know. We'll see. But I want to welcome everyone for joining us. Today is May 8th, 2023, and you know who I am. I'm Roger. Want to introduce my co-hosts. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves?
I'm Jag.
I'm Richard.
Michael.
Don't forget, folks, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the reminder bell. We do have two quick announcements from our community corner that we want to get to. The first one, folks, if you want to check it out, it is Veterans Walk and Talk. You can find the link that will be at the bottom of the screen shortly, probably a little bit later on in the program. It's going to be May 14th, 2023 at 9 a.m. You can see Elizabeth Olivia Cooper for additional information. And we have another announcement, The Courage to Look. It is a former classmate of mine, Eugene Castillo. He has a program. The link will be on a little bit later. And he will be joining us next Wednesday, as a matter of fact. Oh, actually, this Wednesday coming up. So we'll have a little bit more details on that in a little bit. The links will be following. Happy birthday to actor Patrick McKenna. And I already mentioned our upcoming guests. And folks, everyone in the chat room, let's do a quick roll call. Who's in the chat room? And all ARC fan groups, identify yourself, please. And let us know who you are, where you hail from. We actually already have one. Michael, make sure. Let's just start shoveling it, Michael. Let's get it going.
Okay, let's get it going. We are so excited to have Samantha Glassner on tonight, or she is known in ARC fandom, Ellie Fowler. But we are so happy that you are here. And do you want to say anything about yourself extra that people might not know we didn't talk about last time you were on, or just want to just get into the conversation?
We can just get right in. Yeah. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to chat with everyone.
I do want to remind everyone and ask everyone that's in the chat room, folks, remember, to fit the evening, we need an image of your favorite shovel. I couldn't take one. I have one right here. This is my favorite one. I keep it for self-defense. I got to tell you, if you're looking at your communicator device and it says ARC 15, head on a swivel, folks. Head on a swivel. You never know what might happen. Samantha, I'm messing with you. Thank you for joining us. I do have to ask. I am going to be a jerk. I'm going to follow up. We asked you in the episode, since someone close to you wrote the episode and you get plunked with a shovel, was there anything behind that?
I don't think so. Not that I was made aware of, no.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. All right. Well, I was just wondering, it seemed like a big moment. Hey, Eugene, thanks for, as a matter of fact, that's our guest for Wednesday right there. Hey, Eugene, thanks for joining us. So this is really cool. And thank you for the likes, everyone. So we're just going to be going around, getting it going. Samantha, we all want to talk about. So let's see. Mine says world's best shovel. I wonder, did yours have a name on it? You know, the one that you got hit with?
I think so.
No, huh?
I didn't really get a good look at it, though, to be honest with you. That would be a better question for Stacy.
Oh,
That was gonna say,
the only one really handling it.
She was hit from behind. That's correct. She would not have seen it.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm shoveling a little bit too much of the junk already. Michael, why don't you go ahead, jump on in, and we'll just start getting into the conversation, of course.
Yeah, and as always, if anybody in the chat room has a question, throw it up there, and we will run with it. Samantha, how did you decide to go into acting? Just because of family, or did you have a desire from a young age that you wanted to be an actor?
Yeah, I kind of discovered it when I was a little kid. My dad's obviously in the industry, as I'm sure all of you know. And so I did grow up. Going to set and kind of seeing what the world was like behind the scenes. And, I think it was a combination of my parents putting me in musical theater when I was like 5 years old at my ballet studio, and also going and visiting set and kind of seeing those worlds. And I just remember sitting there pointing at whoever the lead actress was and going, I want to be her. I want to be just like her. And I was just mesmerized by it. I just loved the environment of set and the magic of TV and film. And yeah, so I've kind of always known that this was what I wanted to do.
We already have our first question before we get to Richard. Marsha Middleton asked, what were you told about your character of Kelly? One thing that we've been asking Kelly is sometimes some programs create or hand their actors like a Bible or guidelines, something about the character. And that's kind of what we're asking here. What did you know beforehand?
Honestly, I didn't really know very much. I knew what was in the episode 7 scenes. Those were the ones that I auditioned with. So I basically got the context that anyone who watched episode 7 would have gotten about Kelly, and not really much beyond that. So that was part of what drew me in so much about the character, is because I didn't know where it was going, which was really exciting for me.
Were you surprised by anything as you worked that character?
I was surprised when I found out that Evelyn Maddox was her mother. I did not see that one coming. I remember getting that script and being like, what? I mean, it makes so much sense once you know it, but that was really not something that I saw coming to begin with at all.
Go ahead, Richard. Sorry, I jumped in there for you.
So, do you think you'll ever be able to win her love, or if you come out of this coma, that is? Or don't you know that far in advance? I mean, it just seems like, how long have you been trying? I mean, it seems like she doesn't really care whether you live or die, as far as we can tell, and yet you keep trying, and she just keeps getting in your face, and it just seems like you won't give up.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I think Kelly believes that it's possible to win her mother's love, and I think that's why she tries and tries and tries. Whether it's actually possible, I'm not sure. I think it will depend how the plot kind of goes. If Kelly does make a reappearance from her coma, how that would kind of where things would go from there. Honestly, I have no idea.
Well, we don't want that shovel to be used later on as fertilizer in the growing fields of Angus's. So I don't know if that was supposed to be some kind of foreshadowing or not. So I hope you do come out of that coma. I mean, even though your character is a badass, we still like her. Oh, one more thing. I don't know if anybody asked this, but it seems like your character has a lot of training in self-defense. I mean, was that ever brought to your attention? Was that backstory ever brought to you, or is that something you brought to your character, saying, "Look, she should have some kind of training. Should be the female Jason Bourne"?
I knew about it once I was on set, once I had the next couple of scripts, but you can't really tell from episode 7 that she has all of that training. So it definitely wasn't something I knew initially going into the character. But I was really excited about it because that's never really something that I've gotten to do a ton as an actor. I mean, it's something I think most actors do in, an acting school, but in terms of actually getting to do it on a set, that's like a whole other thing. So I was really excited about it and getting to do all the training with like our stunt coordinator and his team. And it was definitely a little bit nerve-wracking just because it wasn't something I knew a ton about, but I had so much fun with it. Like I learned so much, and I just got to feel like a badass pretty much every day I was on set, which who doesn't love that?
Okay, well, thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and, sorry, Richard, we're going to go to some of the questions in the chat room. Look at that. Susie wants to know, even though Angus was trying to avoid you and get away from you. Oh, I'm sorry. Before we get to that one, now that the show is over for now, how do you spend your free time?
Let's see. Lots of different things. I mean, for one thing, auditions. Always, once you finish a job, you go back to that grind of auditioning again. So lots of that. I went back into acting classes, traveling a little bit, spending time with family. Yeah, kind of just a little bit of everything.
All right. That is cool. Samantha, they're asking Kelly now. Even though Angus was trying to avoid you and get away from you, why did you keep going after him?
Is this referring to like the very end, or are we thinking this is referring to like the middle?
Oh,
Do you know what I
very
mean?
good.
Because she does keep trying to pursue him once he's on arc 15, and there's like that version of her pursuing him, and then there's the last episode where she like goes and finds him in the bio shelter and like jumps on top of him. So I don't know which one.
Hopefully she'll. All she says all the time.
Oh, all the time.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, I think for most of the show, it's she. Okay, well, gotta kind of break it down by part, because I think it does change. I think in the very beginning of the show, she realizes that he is going to be an incredibly useful person to have on arc 15 and wants to bring him back to her mother. And so first it's all manipulation. And then I think that she kind of does start to develop feelings for him. And so it goes from manipulation to, I actually think that I really love this person and I don't really know what that means or how to deal with that. But I have these feelings for this person and I'm just going to behave in the way that I think makes sense, which obviously Kelly doesn't understand. So it ends up being not how most people would go about it. So then I think that's kind of what we see in, 10 and 11, where she's constantly visiting him and she doesn't kind of understand why those feelings aren't being reciprocated. And then I think, at the end of 11, he kind of betrays her, kind of as an understatement. He does betray her. And 12, we see her coming in after him in the bioshelter. And I think at that point, that's no longer with feelings of love. That's with feelings of how dare you? Like she is just angry. She feels so betrayed by someone that she thought she could trust and trusted her. And I think that that's a feeling she doesn't get from a lot of people. I don't think she has a lot of deep relationships or people she trusts. And so I think that meant a lot to her, feeling that she had that with Angus. And so when that gets betrayed, she is not a happy camper. And so I think that is kind of what plays out there in the bioshelter at the end.
We have two more, and this one is a perfect one. How much fun is it to play a somewhat evil character? Because you may not be evil at all. You are doing this for mama, which is all about survival. So knowing that, how fun is it to play an evil character?
It's super fun. Yeah. I think it makes it even more fun, the fact that I don't think she's just pure evil, kind of like what you just mentioned, like the fact that there is a reason behind everything that she's doing. And she is a very complex character. She's not just, killing people just for shits and giggles. She's doing it because she thinks that it is going to help her support her mother, who she thinks is right and is doing the correct thing in the situation. She's just obviously terribly misinformed and misled. But it was so much fun to get to play a character like that, who is literally nothing like me in so many ways. She's impulsive, she's violent, she, will shoot someone without thinking twice about it.
Yeah. All
of that was, really cool to get to kind of explore.
That is cool. Marcia is asking, and then we're going to go back to the host for additional questions. Cosmo told us you were a bit concerned about possibly hurting him during your killing scene with him. And yes. I do have to say that Cosmo did give us an official version from his point of view, which we'll get to in a little bit. But he was a bit concerned. Were you concerned about hurting him?
I was concerned about hurting him. I mean, there are parts of combat that you do and you're like, okay, worst comes to worst, it's like maybe I like gently hit your face and it's probably fine. But this was like a neck move. I had my hands around his neck and I was so scared that like all it took was like one false move on his part or my part and like he could really be hurt. And I think also having the combat team warning us of that, like this is someone's neck. It's not like you risk, a minor hand injury or something, was terrifying. So I think it took a lot of work, especially on my end, to kind of sell the neck break, like, because so much of it is your face, because you're really obviously not really using much force on that person's neck. So it was like trying to hide the fact that in the back of my brain, I'm terrified I'm going to hurt him, and showing on my face somebody who wouldn't think twice about this and has absolutely no fear at all. So it was definitely a challenge. It was honestly one of the hardest scenes I shot, only for that reason. Because I was just like, oh my God, I don't want to hurt him. He's also just like the nicest person in the world. Like, it's like, no, Cosmic. He's like, it's okay. We can practice as many times as you need to. And I was like, thank you. Like, he was such a generous actor. But yeah, I was so relieved when that was over, because I was so worried that I was going to hurt him.
Well, that being said, I did not wear a watch tonight.
Oh, yeah. Oh, very good. Yes. But I did bring my shovel. So everyone in the chat room, I know we're beating this to death already, but if you have a picture of your shovel that you have for protection, hey, just send it to us and we'll show it in the chat room. Samantha's like, oh, no. They're gonna
Why did I agree to this?
Yeah, why did I? Jay, go ahead, buddy.
So I want to take you back. There's something that's been bugging me in a good way, to the episode where they're all in the, I'm trying to remember if it's episode 9, when they're all in that little room and you have him at gunpoint, and Lane goes behind you and you hit him and break his nose or whatever. Your character kind of throws me off, because you went up to him later and you fixed his nose. Mm-hmm. What was that about in terms of the character? Were you trying to be nice and say, here, let me fix your nose, I'm sorry I hurt you? Or, hey, I know how to defend myself, but here, let me help you in the process, and I'm a badass. What kind of inner thinking was Kelly doing there?
Yeah. I think it was genuine, trying to help. I think, she's so misguided by the situation and by what is a normal thing to do in that situation. And I think to her, she was just defending herself. Right. When she initially hits him, I think she senses he's coming up behind her. He's going to try to either like harm her or get her to drop the gun or do something. And so I think this is just a self-defense more than it's anything. I don't think she's trying to hurt him. She's just trying to keep him from hurting her or taking her gun. So I do think when she goes over to fix his nose, I think it's just like a genuine, like, oh, sorry, like I messed up your nose, let me fix it for you. Like very matter-of-factly. Like almost like if you like knocked into someone and they dropped something and you picked it up and gave it to them, like, oh, sorry, here you go. Like she just, and the way she does it is so like weird and so Kelly, but she doesn't see that as not being normal. She thinks she's doing a nice thing.
Right. Well, I'm glad that actually kept me up that night a couple of times going, why does she do that? Because she's so mean and so, relentless and so forth. And then, she goes up to Lane and fixes his nose. I just thought, wow. And that actually added that level of complexity to your character, because we see the evil side,
Right. I think it was an excellent move by the writers to kind of show that she's not just trying to be mean. Like, I don't think her intention at all in that whole scene is to be mean or to do evil. She's doing what she feels like she needs to do to accomplish her goal. And if that means that someone gets killed, well, that sucks, but that person was in her way, which is obviously horrible and no excuse. But I think that line kind of shows that she didn't just go in there to just like kill for fun. There's a reason behind the violence, and there's a reason she's doing morally questionable things.
Yeah. And I have another question, but I'll save it for later in regards to an opinion that I have that I don't think anybody else in the audience and probably in my group probably agrees with. Probably. But I think you're going to find it interesting when I bring it up, that in regards to your mom and trying to get her to like you. So I'll get that towards the end. But I want to give other people a chance to ask questions.
Before we go to the other hosts, I want to give a shout out to everyone watching again. I want to thank everyone who's given us the likes. Susie Bonebreak, Eugene Castillo, thank you. Tiffany Weiss and Tony Konopka, thank you for the likes. Folks, don't forget to like, subscribe, and put the reminder. And maybe we could have the bell rung, Richard. I'm stalling here, Richard. Oh, did you see that look he gave me right now? That was fun. That was
That was
real.
a Kelly look. That was a Kelly look.
There it is. And click on that bell. Wow, that was real.
That was a Kelly look.
I noticed that shovel's even behind you, Roger. So we blocked it
the
out.
shovel is still here. It is. Just before you showed up in, I guess, in our green room, if there is such a thing, we were talking about what we were going to do. And I'm like, oh, damn, I forgot the shovel. And I ran outside and I had it. So as a joke outside my office, whenever a lot of my clients ask, hey, are your sisters here? I always tell them, I don't know. Did you see the brooms outside? So as a joke, Samantha, yeah, I know, that's me. So as a joke, I put 2 brooms and a shovel, which I'm going to be posting to a few other people. So I'm going to have it out there for a while, and I'm going to see how many people can figure it out. But all kidding aside, it's not about me, folks. Michael, if you have a question, if not, we'll go straight to Richard, and then we'll come back around. But thank you, everyone. Oh, and in the chat room, Tiffany, Susie, Marcia, everyone who's in the chat room, let us know who you are, and where you hail from. Because we actually do have quite a few people watching us right now. So, and then we'll get to some more questions in a moment. Gentlemen, politely.
You got something, Michael?
I don't right now. Richard, do
Okay.
you have?
Wow. All right.
Okay. Since you were working with a relative on set, did that add extra pressure for having you do a great job because you didn't want to, have blowback on him as well as you? And I mean, I'm sure it did because you don't want to go in there and screw up and, but how much pressure did that add, if any? I mean, I know that you said before that you had a lot of support from the cast and the crew.
Yeah, I did. I think that like a first big job for any actor adds a lot of pressure because it's your first big piece of work that's going to be out in the world that people are going to see, and everybody wants that to be good. I mean, you want all your work to be good, but especially that first big project, I think there's a lot of pressure to kind of like make a splash and do well and kind of prove yourself to the industry. So I think I had that to begin with. I don't know if I would say that like having my dad be a part of the show added stress. I think if anything, it added like a feeling of support. Like I knew I had someone I could ask character questions to, and could check in with to be like, hey, is there anything I should be doing differently? Like, did I, play that scene correctly, or did you think it should have been a different way? Like things like that. I think in that respect, it was actually really helpful. So, I mean, yes and no. I did, obviously I want to make him proud and I don't want to let him down. But I think that was also balanced by feeling like I had his support as well. So.
Good. So the other,
very well. The next time, yesterday we did have Cosmo on the program.
Yeah.
So next time you ask him, next time you see him, ask about his days as a chief milker.
Okay.
Oh my God, that's right. A chief milker or milkster.
Milkster.
Yes.
That was hilarious.
His mama shared that with us.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yes.
You need to ask. Yes, that was very good. There it is.
That was funny. Were you given a lot of autonomy on your role, or did you follow a strict guideline? And then a second related question was, did you ad-lib any of your lines, or did you follow those lines strictly from the script?
Yeah, I was given no autonomy over the character, and I think that that's how it should have been. Like, I am by no means a writer, and I think the writers did a brilliant job creating.
Yes, they did.
Kelly's character and the way that her story unfolds. So I think they did an incredible job with it. And I was just so excited to be along for the ride, honestly. And getting every script was exciting, and there was always a surprise coming, and it was awesome. Ad-libbing, I don't think I really ad-libbed. Not that I can remember. No, yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, it was written great. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, I just thought, sometimes they give you, hey, do you want to add a little bit here,
Yeah.
Something there, a little extra. So I just thought it was just something I would ask. So, anybody else? Roger?
Well, as a matter of fact, I was responding to some people in the chat room right now. I do apologize. But we have additional questions in the chat room. Well, actually, let me go back to this one.
Yeah.
According to Evelyn, Kelly's had other boyfriends in the past that met untimely ends. And she actually, if I remember in one of the episodes, said, boyfriend of the week or newest. I forget exactly how it was. So if Kelly would comment, and maybe we'll get some commentary from Samantha.
Yeah, I think that Kelly has probably had quite the history of situations like Angus, of, thinking she's in love with someone and bringing them to mama and it not turning out so well for her. So I think that is probably what those lines are in reference to. At least that's how I had kind of pieced it together. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Appreciate that. There was a few others. And I apologize. My screen keeps resetting. I think we already asked that one from Marcia. Here's another one from Marcia. Fans have been speculating. So this is to Samantha. Who do you think should turn out to be Kelly's father? And Samantha, before you answer that, I do want to warn you, since Tenacier was on with us, I know we're butchering his name. He's already been on with us 4 times already. Richard and I accidentally phonetically spelled his name so we would get it right in yesterday's episode, and it came up. So that's what you saw in the private chat. We're going to phonetically spell your name in a moment, so we're going to see how close we are or how stupid we are. But fans have been speculating. Who do you think should turn out to be Kelly's father?
Well, I actually had a theory while we were filming season 1.
Oh.
Like, I don't even remember. I think this was probably 9 or 10. I really wanted Trust to be Kelly's father. I thought, how cool would it be if Evelyn Maddox and Trust had like an affair or something, like a long, long time ago before any of the more recent drama between them had happened. And Kelly was a product of that. That is what I thought. I don't know that makes any sense. I don't think it does. But I thought, wow, what a plot twist that would be.
I think that would be a great plot twist. I think that would work. Actually, I think that would work in the sense because they hate each other now. And I think that would be a very good plot twist. If the writers are listening, that's a good.
Yeah, well, what if Trust didn't know, too? Like, what
that's
if
the other
Evelyn
thing,
kept it a secret and said it was this other man's daughter, and then we, like, found out later, kind of like how we find out later about her clampkins, that she's been secretly hiding from everyone. That like, oh, just kidding, it was Trust's kid.
So Samantha, have you tried writing?
Know that, I'm sorry, Jen, we also know that Trust is a player.
He is
a player.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Don't you believe that like Evelyn and him could have had? They totally could have been a thing when they were younger. Like 19 years before the plot that we just saw. I believe it.
It's very possible if you think about the genuine animosity that she has towards him, and knowing the little that we know that of what she did to him before everyone left. She obviously took the business, took the program. Maybe it's leftovers. I don't know, or was it something to destroy him? I don't know.
Well,
so
remember,
there's groundwork there.
What's interesting is in that heart attack scene, Angus brought it to light when she had the heart attack in the dining room. I'm Rogers. I'm trying to redirect Rogers' brain there. Remember, they were having dinner, and then she had the heart attack there. when she's recovering, Angus says, "No wonder you hate Bryce. Sorry, I keep saying Bryce. William, because you have clampkins." Because remember, that's when we discover Evelyn had
Oh, that's another
clampkins.
thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's really where I think the animosity. This is my thinking. Is that
Okay.
that's where I think the animosity came from?
Mhm.
Is that she's mad at William because she got clampkins,
Right.
and that's what I'm thinking based on that. Because I think the writers did a good job of making sure we didn't miss that little point. Because I missed it until Angus said that. But anyway, that's just me being super fan here. So I'll just
Actually, Jag is super fan.
yeah.
And I'm not going to hold it against him that he's playing up to you, Samantha, Kelly, with Arc 15, but that's okay.
Yeah.
He might be the smarter one of all of us right here. But
So
so I don't remember the exact episode. Obviously, they discovered Arc 3. And when you were doing the project, how far ahead did you know what was going to happen? Or were you just, okay, here is this script, this story, and that's it, and then you were moving on to others? Because we have an idea on how the production works. Sometimes everything's done in advance. Obviously, due to production and shooting schedules, it's filmed as you go along.
Mhm.
How much did you know when you started out? I mean, we kind of asked that, but from the moment that you came in.
Yeah. I mean, I was getting scripts at the same time all the other actors were, which it just kind of depended. Sometimes we got them maybe like 2 weeks before that episode would shoot, and sometimes it was less than that, and there were always kind of revisions coming in. I'm trying to think. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, it just kind of varied episode to episode, but we were block shooting, so that kind of made things a little bit more complicated, because even if, you know, we would have been on episode, for example, like 9, well, we were also shooting 8 at the same time, so it was like there was that to kind of complicate everything. But we yeah, I mean, I would say probably like 2 weeks usually I had before I was filming anything.
That's
and
fair,
just
and I
for
appreciate
you may have explained it already, but just for all of us that may not know what block shooting means, is that when you're just filming at the same time, or what's that block
Yeah,
shooting?
sure. So it's like filming 2 episodes at the same time. So like
Okay.
they didn't do that for every episode. As far as I know, it was 1 was filmed separately, and then they did 2 and 3 at the same time, and then 4 and 5, and then 6 and 7, and then 8 and 9, and then 10, 11, and 12 were all shot separately. So that just kind of meant like you could be filming your last scene of episode 9 before you film your first scene of episode 8, if that makes sense. And that was just the way the scheduling was done.
So did that mean you have to learn your 2 scripts at once?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, huh? Did you or anyone on set kind of flub it a little bit, or did they like, oh, damn, we're not in this episode? Was there some of that? I imagine there was a little bit, right? Where they would, I guess, be out of character a bit, thinking too far ahead, or maybe even.
Think so. I think we were all really careful about not doing that. And we did have our shooting schedule in advance. So like for me, when I would get like my block schedule for, let's say, episodes like 8 and 9, I would go through the schedule and map all of it out in my notebook. So I knew, okay, on Monday the 5th, we're filming episode, 8:20 and 9:16. And I just kind of organized it all out like that so that I could keep track of, okay, this is where Kelly is at this point. Now she's slipping here. Then we go back here. And we also just all had each other to kind of remind ourselves of like where we were at. But for like my 8 and 9 block, my first scene that I filmed was the one where I killed Cosmo. So that was wild, because I went from having done 7, where like the only little amount of dark Kelly is her just taking the gun at the end, to her killing someone, which is obviously not how viewers see it, but that was just the way the filming schedule worked out. So yeah, it was a little bit.
And that would have been a whiplash for all of us if we saw that, and then we wait.
Yeah.
Thank you for the sorry. You know what? Let me go back another one before we get to that one, Marcia. Samantha, I really like the one black and white picture you took of Ryan. I actually posted it to our fan group page. We have Ryan's mom on board, and she loved it. So that is cool.
Awesome.
Marcia says, we've seen, oh, there it is. We've seen lots of photos of cast having fun off set, especially you, Angus, and Stacy. So
Yes.
a lot of the cast is younger, and then you have the older. How was it, the cast, when you all got along? Based on what we can tell, it was a very loose set, and you guys really got along.
Yeah, everybody was really close. I think part of that too was because there were so many of us who weren't from Serbia, who, like, you know, were coming into Belgrade not really knowing a single person. I think that on its own just creates a sense of community because you're all in a new city together, and that I think is just like such a genuine way to bring people together. And then that obviously combined with our like Serbian local actors who showed us the good restaurants to go to and fun things to do on the weekend. Like, we all just bonded really, really quickly. I'm trying to remember which cast member it was, but somebody calls it summer camp. They described it as summer camp. And I feel like that's kind of like a nice way to describe it, in the sense of like, you leave whatever your home base is for a couple months and you go see all your friends and you work on this thing that you love. And then, you know, you go back home to your kind of the real world, if that makes sense. So.
Oh, that's cool. Appreciate that. Richard or Michael, if not, we'll come back to Jag, and then I just have some specific questions. And folks, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Richard.
I'm sorry. You got something, Michael?
I did, and now I forgot.
All right, Samantha, you have to forgive us. You can tell we're a little advanced in age there, so sorry.
No worries.
And my connection is horrible right now, so.
Hook up to ARC 15's Wi-Fi.
Okay. What was your favorite snack from Crafty?
Ooh, that's an interesting question, given the fact that it was like Serbian Crafty. There were some really good chocolate bars on set. I was very impressed by those. Actually, one of the first weeks I was there, I asked one of our PAs, Angela, who mentioned her name to any cast member and you will get wonderful things. We loved her to death. She is awesome. But there was one time we had some downtime between set and I wanted a candy bar and I was trying to decide which one I wanted. And she like put them in order for me of like best Serbian chocolate to least or to worst Serbian chocolate. I still have a photo of it somewhere on my phone. And like, based on that was how I decided which snack I would eat. But yeah, it was wild because it was all food I didn't recognize other than, you know, like vegetables and fruits. But like the packaged snacks, they were all like different kinds of chips and cookies and chocolates that I had never heard of. So I had a good time just trying fun new foods.
Oh, that sounds very nutritious. The candies.
Oh yeah, it's very nutritious.
Yeah, I heard they had no calories. That's what I hear. So, my question to you was: this is basically your first big role. You're playing a juicy, evil character, which we all like. In that way, were you surprised? Were you prepared? Were you in any way anticipating the backlash that your character would present when we saw the final outcome? Did you prepare yourself with it, or you said, "Oh, we'll just take it as it comes," or were you surprised? That kind of thing. What was your reaction?
Yeah, I think I was prepared for it. Like, I knew she was an evil character. I don't think she's really controversial in any way. She did a lot of really bad things. So I think it's only natural to expect that the fans would not like her. I think for me, it was exciting to see people kind of figure her out episode by episode, because when we first start with her in 7, you know something's up, but you don't know what it is. And then, we learn so much more about her as the season goes on. So for me, it was cool just to see people reacting to that. Like, oh my gosh, it's Evelyn's daughter, or, oh, she has, her mom has clampkins. How does that affect things? Or just seeing their dynamic play out. And just, yeah, seeing how she behaves in different contexts. I think that for me was really interesting to see fans react to that. But yeah, I would say I was pretty prepared for the negative comments.
So were you live tweeting when the show's aired so you could see the real-time comments? Were you able to do that?
To be honest with you, when the show started, I didn't really know how to use Twitter. I had to have some
okay.
help with that. I'm still learning, but I want to be able to interact with fans. So I'm like really trying to teach myself how to use it. But so I wasn't really live tweeting, but I would be on there kind of just like seeing what other people were tweeting because I was curious what people thought as the episodes were happening. Yeah, it was so cool to see everyone's predictions of what was going to come. And sometimes people were like freakishly correct, like several episodes in advance. They would say something and I'm like, wow, that is what happens at the end of the season. I don't know how that person knew that, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Now, and now that it's airing in so many different countries, you can see their reaction as the episodes are going.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see it's the same kind of reaction, whether it's in Spain or Poland or whatever, that they're reacting the same. I think in Spain, they're watching the part where Trent sacrifices himself for the ship.
Yeah.
And so everybody's like writing in Spanish in Spain because it's Spain. The same reactions we had. Oh my gosh, and everything. So it's just interesting to see that it parallels all the different countries.
It is cool.
Real
seeing
quick,
this.
Samantha.
Oh, go ahead, Richard. Sorry.
How did you acquire your dual citizenship?
I feel like the fans might actually like the answer to this one. So I was born in Vancouver. My dad was working on Stargate in Vancouver. So my parents lived, I'm in Vancouver now, so lived here for 8 years while Stargate SG-1 was getting started. And I was born during that time while they were here. So I'm like the only one in my family that has that citizenship. It's cool.
Okay, that's cool. That's interesting. So real quick here. I mean, I'm going on, but what was it like growing up there, knowing that your father was, in the biz? And did he try to talk you out of becoming an actress, or was he all for it?
Yeah, good question.
I don't know if I'd say he like tried to talk me out of it. He definitely gave me some fair warning. Was like, this is a tough industry. Think very carefully about choosing to enter it as an actor. But at the end of the day, it's like that's what he chose to pursue, that industry too. So who's he to tell his kid not to do it? He understood that is kind of where my creative passion lies, just as it was for him when he was in his early 20s. So I think if anything, he was encouraging more than anything. But I do really appreciate that, like, he did kind of sit me down and be like, this is how it is. It's not all like stars and glamour, there's a rigorous audition process and it's a hard industry to get into and it's not always pretty. And I think kind of having that heads up going into everything was really valuable and really set me up to understand what I was getting myself into. So
have you been recognized yet out in public?
No.
Not yet?
No, I don't think
They're
so.
afraid. They're afraid.
Yeah, nobody wants to look into our eyes like, no, we don't know who you are. No.
Yeah, no. Can I have an autograph? No.
I also don't know. I don't know if people would recognize me in person because in the show, like, I have like my hair up in like a sleeked back ponytail, and I'm in like the very distinct wardrobe, and I don't dress like Kelly. My hair's usually down like this, or it's in a bun. I wear like poofy sweaters. I'm like very much a girly girl. So I think seeing me in public, I don't think people would register that like
that's true.
That's the same person.
That's true.
But
Samantha, I see that right now. Thinking of having the privilege to speak to you right now, and then thinking of the character that you were, you're not the same.
Mm-mm.
It's like you were mad. That's stupid for me to say. It's not that you were on a mission. Your character, you were focused, and it's just a whole different persona. Mm-hmm. And when people probably they don't see that.
No.
And that might be a good thing. Anonymity so far, because you know what they say. Once it changes, it changes. Now, folks, we do have quite a few comments in the chat room that we're going to get to right now. I do want to get to a really nerdy question. And I know you touched on this a little bit, but you mentioned earlier that you were impressed how some fans were able to guess like 2 episodes down the road or whatever. And you talked about how invested you were. Thinking your character through, what came to pass as a fan of this own program that you're like, okay, I could see that, yeah. And what surprised you? And it could be about your character and or what happened in the series. Were there any moments that you're like, oh, wow, okay, you got me? Was there something like that? Because you did mention that, the writers didn't give you any leeway. They just, they kept the firm,
Yeah, I remember reading episode 12 and being very like shocked by kind of how it ends. Because, it very much ends where we don't know who survived and who didn't survive. And I think that, I don't know if surprise is the right word, but I was definitely like hoping in my heart that like it has a happy, wholesome ending and everybody's okay and everybody's best friends. And obviously that is not what happened. But I think that kind of reading that, especially the moments where they're like shouting people's names and not hearing back, I was like, oh my, like probably just as horrified and surprised as the audience would have been watching it.
Yeah, I thought the planet exploding also was kind of, because that's where the whole show was heading towards, that planet. That was one of the big focal points.
Yeah.
And then you see it explode, and then you hit that rock. Yeah, I can understand why season 12 would be a kind of a shocker, because that was really, we had theories down here about a bunch of stuff, and they were shot down immediately and on episode 12. So, yeah.
Switching gears a little bit, and Marcia wants to know, we've all had fan crushes. How about you? And on that one, have you met them yet? I would add to that, if you've had any, because you've been in the industry, maybe you haven't had any fan crushes. Maybe
Do you mean like fans that I've had a crush on, or?
Well, no, as someone that you would have as Samantha, maybe someone in the industry, maybe something like that. I believe that's what Marcia's at. Yeah, if you've had anyone.
I see.
Yes,
like
that's what
like a celebrity crush.
Yes,
yeah, there it is.
Crush.
Yes,
yeah.
That's we old people. You see, we can't get it right.
I don't know. That's a hard question. I feel like I had a lot when I was younger. I was
not
a very
now.
poor kid.
Oh, what do you mean younger? What was that, last week?
like a young teenager.
Okay, 2 weeks ago. All right, fair enough.
I'm trying to think.
Well, our fans are good. Our fans are good when they can stump.
As a matter of fact, that's a good question. As a matter of fact, Elizabeth also says there's an invite there. Samantha, you should come play with the Alcoholics sometime. We are kind of nuts, though. That's the fan pages on Facebook. So who knows? As you are a bit more experienced and you get a handle on the social media, you never know. You might be able to make it. Oh,
hey, Nathan.
Nathan, good evening, or is it
Nathan.
morning?
Well, I don't know him personally, but I see his content all the time. It's awesome.
Oh my goodness, yes. I don't know who is the greater super fan, whether it's the man to the right of me.
Well, it's 10 a.m. It's almost 10 a.m. on Tuesday for him.
Okay, so Samantha, he is in Perth, Australia.
Wow.
Wow, yeah, on the way. I mean, wow. So a quick roll call, folks. Where is everyone? Obviously, I'm in Southern California. Jag, where you at?
I'm in San Antonio, Texas.
Michael.
Outside of Washington, D.C.
Elitist. Richard.
Yeah, well, whatever.
I'm in Ohio.
Yeah, I think Samantha, you mentioned you were on the West Coast as well, right? You're in
Yeah, I'm in Vancouver.
That is cool. Everyone in the chat room, we did have a few comments earlier. I think Susie mentioned Las Vegas. I believe Elizabeth is in Sacramento, but they can go ahead and comment there. But Nathan, yes. Hey, everyone. You're awesome gift makers in the house. Oh, there it is. Yes, Elizabeth is in Sacramento, California. So the straight line, Roger. Elizabeth. You got Samantha up there, so it's all good. Hey, so Richard, did you prepare your phonetic pronunciation
I
for
was
Samantha?
just joking. I didn't need it for Samantha.
Oh, I did. I did mine. I try to work a little shovel in there, and she's like, "Dude, give it a rest."
Oh my gosh! Yeah, you carried a little bit too far there, Roger.
Man.
Oh,
So all right,
Roger, I think you should approach the creative team about making some shovel themed merch. I think that's what
Samantha, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm gonna have to work on that. Hey, we might have Samantha. Maybe going off to the right, a little bowl.
Hang on.
Like it's moving.
Don't get the fan group started. They already started merching.
Oh my
ideas.
Goodness! Yeah. Well, look at what this young man has. Oh,
yeah.
But where did you get that hat from, Jack?
He did that on his own.
So I got that on my own. So
That's
I went.
cool.
I found this font, and I was able to just take it down the road and get a hat done, and I did that back as well.
he sells them out of the trunk of his car.
Yeah, I went to Dean's house when he wasn't looking, and I just kind of went, "There you go." No, this is actually a little secret for everybody. This is actually a font you can find online. It's called the Mega Centauri, and you type it out. And I was able to give that to what do you call it? One of those embroidery places, and they were able to do that for us. Yeah, so
cool.
Hopefully this is kind of have your dad and Dean kind of go, okay, let's get some merch going, because I think a lot of people, everybody would like that. Yes. They've already talked about a shovel with the arc on it. That would be great.
Let me throw one idea at you, Samantha, if the opportunity does present itself. When we had Stacy Reed on, she was also, such as yourself, a wonderful conversationalist. We kind of threw the idea of Samantha's diary, because she was talking about how she is and what she was doing. And it would be kind of cool if maybe we even had Kelly's diary as to what is going on from wherever, maybe work it in next year with the program, or the thoughts of the character as the series goes on. It'd be kind of cool, because if we have the nice one, Stacy, well, we would have to have the driven one. I don't think you're evil per se. Seriously, we joke about it. You're taking. Oh yeah. Oh, Nathan says I killed Helena. There you go. Your phrase, or no, that would be an entry in your diary. Today I killed Helena. Mom, one more. That's funny. It would be cool to. You never know, and it would add a little bit more. Not that we need it. The series is great, but it'd be kind of cool. I tell you, they would. The fans, us.
Oh man,
we would eat it alive. We would.
You would not. You don't know. These guys are awesome, where they can just take off in different directions on things I never thought of. Like we were talking about Tenacier earlier, and how he was the guy in episode 1 serving the crackers to the crew. Someone put, I think it was Marsha, put an apron that he was wearing and put the arc on it, and they would say the arc apron. It's like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. So if Mr. Glassner or Dean are watching, get on that merch.
Yes, Nathan says it's dark though. But Nathan, a challenge, please. Could you create a meme right now with Samantha saying, maybe with a little bubble stuff. Today, right? Today I killed Helena.
Today I killed Helena.
That's kind of funny, Nathan. That would be good. Who knows? I'm putting in my order now. Imagine the T-shirts. Today I killed Helena. Tomorrow, Cosmo. Oh, not Cosmo. Nathan. Yeah.
Oh man.
That would be funny.
And then now we talked about your mom. I'm going to bring up the question. I think I'm the only one in the group and probably on the panel that when you were sitting there in episode 12, and they obviously escaped the room, and Mom came with Vuk. I think the guy's name was Vuk. Came in, and she just basically just says you were, good for nothing, and throws you. And you're starting. By the way, a side question: you cry very well, like realistically. Is that a talent? Or is that something we had to prepare? That's really a question I wanted to ask. Is you cry very well?
Thank you. I think that's just training, to be honest with you. Like that's.
So you can cry on command?
Yeah.
Okay, cry now. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But when you were sitting there and Mom was, berating you, I actually felt as a viewer sorry. Yes, I know what you did on Arc 3. I know that you killed Cosmo and you're kind of a psycho of sorts. But I actually felt sorry for the character at that moment because she was just trying to, do the best you could for Mom and trying to get her acceptance. And it turns out that Mom didn't really care. And even then, after what happened, right, they escaped. There was obviously the lowest point of, but what was interesting at the end of that episode, Mom wanted you back because you had gotten hurt. So I just wanted to add that I had to put that in there, that at that moment, I think I'm probably the only one that felt a little bit of kind of compassion, empathy for a little bit of Kelly, because she wasn't, like you said earlier, she's not trying to be mean as a mean person. She's just doing what she knows best to try to meet a goal. And so am I correct in that? Or do you think that's the way it was?
Yeah. Absolutely. And I think as an actor, that's like what makes it easier for me to cry, is because I was genuinely empathizing with her. It's like I feel like everybody can relate to somebody that they respect and look up to, like that kind of situation where that person comes into a room and tells you that you are a failure and you have done everything wrong and ruined everything. It's like it's hard to not feel emotional if you like really put yourself in that place. I really felt for her. It's the same with the scene where she finds out her mom has clampkins. It's like just thinking about like if that really happened to me. Like I was genuinely thinking about walking into a room and finding out that my real mom is dying, and like how does that impact you? And if you really put yourself in a position to believe that, like your body is going to respond.
Right.
So.
Well, your character. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Richard.
Your character does come across as a sociopath because how you react on impulse and and the way you act, and plus, you are a serial killer. Not that you're evil. I mean it was in a nice way.
But you're doing it for a cause, yes.
I mean, but you pick up on that. And I don't know if that's the net once that come down to, nature versus nurture. Did your mom do that the way she treated you growing up? Because we imagine that your mom's way she treated you went from when you went to live with her when you were 11. Is that correct? Your dad died. Kelly's dad died, and then you went to live with your mother over in Europe, right?
Yeah.
And then, so I don't know. We don't know the backstory yet of how it was growing up with your father. What kind of difference that, if we ever get to that backstory, because we're interested to see how it was living with your father and then your mother. But anyway, that's what came to my attention, because it seems like, well, gosh, I know she doesn't want to do all this stuff, but it just seems like somewhere along the line you became a borderline sociopath. I'm not trying to be mean, not you, Samantha, but Kelly.
No, I know.
Oh, that's actually, I think that's a compliment, because that's just how good the actress is.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. She pulls it off so well. And I hope she's not a method actor.
I mean, here's the thing. Before this interview, I had to tell myself, I'm not talking to Kelly. I'm not talking to Kelly. I'm not talking to Kelly, because you played that character so well.
Thank you.
So,
go ahead, Richard, and I'm going to follow.
No, I'm done. I just want. I guess I didn't have a question. I have more of an observation, because everybody's talking about the Kelly character, and it's like, well, that's what I noticed, and you pull it off, so well, because you seem like you struggled with a social life, because you keep knocking off your ex-boyfriends, and so forth and so forth.
Well, we think she knocks them off.
Well, we get the impression from Mama Dearest.
Or
And-
maybe she just says, "Mom, I'm done with them," and then they're eliminated. Who knows?
Yeah, they went away.
Hey.
They had to go visit some friends in Puerto Rico. Yeah, right. But I'm just saying it was a good. I mean, that to me, I got that vibe, and that just goes to how you're acting, portraying that character, because you sold it. And that's all I want. It's more of a compliment more than me trying to be evil or talk harshly of you. But I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention. That was, well, I'm sorry, that was bad. That was my impression of the character.
If I may add to that, Samantha, there were two scenes for me that stood out. I thank you. First of all, you did a great job. It was easy to dislike you, but it was the character. And if you can dislike a character like that, that means you're doing a good job. Okay. It's not that you're fooling the audience, it's you brought the audience in. And for me, there was a scene where Stacy walked in and you were with Ryan, and then all of a sudden you tried to play up to him, and you were like telling her he's mine. I didn't like that. She was like, I know she was manipulating him and everything, and she was trying to get under her skin. It was well done. I thought that was good. And then the other scene was, it might have been episode 11, and I know you filmed this a year ago, and I'm sorry, but it's where, like on a dime, he said, okay, you're in, but if you do me wrong, dude, I'm going to have your,
Yeah.
The last thing you ever do.
I'm definitely paraphrasing, but when you said that, I'm watching, I'm like, oh, sheesh. I felt it. I thought it was great. And I'm like, okay, all right, something's going to happen. It's going to be good. I mean, it's just, but you sold it very well. We were just like,
oh, yeah,
everything's awesome. Do me wrong and you're dead, pal. It was like that, man. That goes
she means it too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we saw it in 12.
You see it in 12. She didn't just say that for fun.
Yeah, yeah. She saw it in 12, man.
Yes. Nathan said a bit earlier, she learned that it was kill or be killed. And I think that's probably what was driving the character. Obviously, you'll correct us if we're wrong on that. But yeah, I still like this one. Seriously, Nathan. But he did say he is in Vietnam until the end of May. So I got in yesterday with this folks. So hopefully it's vacation or traveling or whatever. Nathan, I can't wait to see that meme. I haven't asked for anyone. Watch it, Michael. I haven't asked anything from anyone, but hopefully we can get that meme. You can work a shovel in there, pal. Oh, that'd be awesome. But I can't. Jay, go ahead, pal.
Oh, just an observation.
Michael wants to go.
Michael, you haven't asked anything, Michael. Go ahead. Ask something.
Well, yeah. Well, it's
Mike's always
I don't know.
Producer.
Well, yeah. Well, I just do whatever I feel like.
Whatever.
And then I had to reboot, and it didn't help. So,
actually, Samantha, it's really funny because Michael is right outside the nation's capital, and I'm bragging right now. He is in a beautiful part of town. His internet is awesome, and yet it looks like he is in an Asian movie.
Yeah, he's really
you hear the words, and then like 3 seconds later, it's like, dude, you're in the nation's capital, man. What's up with your internet?
Yeah, well, that's what I've got to figure out. So
our tax dollars at work. Yeah. I was just going to make an observation real quick to. You have continued the legacy of all our prior conversations with previous cast members, that you have shown how well invested you are in your character.
Yes.
That is something that I've just completely been overwhelmed with. Everybody we've talked to, either online or here, how you all really just embraced that character and lived it to the point that, I mean, even now, I'm talking to Samantha, but I feel like I'm actually talking to Kelly, and I'm like, I better be nice, do something. But the other thing I was going to bring, another side comment that I thought was great on the costumer's side, when she was in episode, was it 7 and 8, right before she killed Helena, she was wearing that greenish country kind of thing, and then when she turned, have them, Arc 15, I have them. and she had that hitman. That was an exceptional
Yeah.
view from the costume department.
Yeah, they're
That
brilliant.
that got switched. So that was. I just wanted to comment if anybody from the costume department is watching and writers or whoever did that. Amazing switch.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was so cool.
Uh,
Kelly had awesome costumes, just all around. Like every single
Yes.
outfit that the costume department put me in, I was like, "This is so cool." I feel like such a badass.
This one was asked earlier, and I apologize that I missed it, so I'm glad you repeated it. Some of us are hoping for a hand-to-hand combat scene between Sharon and Kelly. How much
Ooh.
fun that would be. Who would win? Because nothing against Stacy. Kelly would have Stacy's lunch. There's no doubt. I think Stacy would be well, the character would be smarter, but it's just you're out to win, and that would be it. But against Sharon, yeah, sorry.
Or Felix
Or yeah.
Felix with the
Yeah.
sword.
That's right, because Felix has something against you too, because you suckered him.
Yeah, you
when it came
lied.
to the
Oh, not
weapons.
you. But Kelly lied to
Yeah,
them.
sorry.
Yeah.
You know what, Samantha? We're sorry. We're not mistaking you. For the
No,
character
I know
like
what
we
you
did.
mean.
Oh, we did it with Stacy.
Oh, man.
We were
It's
calling
okay.
you
I've
Alicia.
called Stacy Alicia before, like by
Oh,
accident.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
All the
you guys
time.
work
when we
together.
were
That's
in-
different.
Yeah, and your name's on the screen.
Yeah, that's different. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
No,
No,
that
but
is
in
cool.
answer to that question, I feel like one thing that can be said for Kelly, I think she's very smart with her combat and manipulation skills. She may not have social skills, but in terms of manipulating
weak.
people, yeah, and finding people's weaknesses, I think she's really good at it. So when you bring up like Strickland, for example, I think Kelly would know his weaknesses. And I think she, especially if she was planning on fighting him or even had a couple minutes to think about it, I think she would win. I think she would go in and know exactly what to do and exactly what to say. Now, for Sharon, I don't know, because I'm not sure really any of us know too much about what maybe her weaknesses would be. So that would be really interesting to me. But I think Kelly would she already figured Strickland out with his daughter. She used that to already get what she wanted out of him. So I don't see why that wouldn't happen again. But yeah, Sharon, that would be an interesting one. I don't know.
We have to tell you, Samantha, that we are hoping to see your character next, but we're not going to be stupid and say, "Hey, is Kelly good?" That's not fair to you. So we are all hoping. We're not going to ask you that obvious dumb question because whether you do know or not, it's just not fair. But all of us are hoping to see Kelly. Look, what Ryan did, what Papa Angus did. Wow. It surprised all of us. Oh, yeah. Oh, I was all over that for the third episode. It was funny. And for him to do that, it was surprising. Whether she had it coming to her or not doesn't matter. But we are hoping that Kelly is going to continue because, there's a lot more to learn. Like the question, there's a lot to it. We could be jerks and say, okay, we know in the history that she knew her dad up until 11, but did she really, or did she know that her dad died when she was 11? So, or is she lying again?
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
yeah. You're damn good at that.
Yeah, because we don't
She
even know.
lies. That's all she does.
We don't know if Arc 2 really vaporized. I don't know if I trust that because you said Arc 2 not you, sorry, Kelly said
No,
Arc
I
2
know what you
vaporized.
mean.
Yeah. And so Michael and I have had some discussions at length going, well, I don't know. I think Arc 2 really does exist because I don't think she's telling the truth, especially when she lied to Felix about, I never even knew the guy, So, yeah, there's a lot of writing wordplay that can happen because your characters are just that mysterious kind of thing, which I like.
We don't know what's true. you ended up telling Felix something later, right? About, yeah, I was just lying, dude.
Yeah, I don't know
about
him.
the family, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what did Kelly tell all of us? What is real, what is not? And that is a great job, and I'm sorry for the hero worship, Samantha, but
No, it's
we're
okay.
really looking forward to this, and we are looking forward to it. I know we are getting short on time, and we are cognizant of that. We are watching the clock. And folks, you guys have been great in the chat room. Any more questions? I mean, we have our Darth Vader or Anakin Skywalker. I know. Probably more of our Anakin Skywalker here. No, wait a minute. You did suffer the catastrophic injury. Ooh. That might be your trend. Anyway, all kidding aside, in the chat room, folks, we really are short on time because she does have commitments. I kind of joked with her. I said, so you do have a life. Good for you. I'll leave it at that because I was a lot more of a jerk when I said it to her. But it's all good. What were some of your favorite? This is cool. I like that one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, because you mentioned you were visiting for the first time there, right? To Serbia. Tell us a little bit about that. And that's the first question. Any good food discoveries?
Yes. I mentioned the chocolate bars. They
Yes.
have really good chocolate bars. I really like those. I actually brought a bunch of them back home with me. It was like handing them out to my friends, being like, you have to try these. They're so good.
And what is it for the chocolate over there? Is it like maybe the distinct flavor, maybe the richness? Is it a thicker chocolate?
I think it's the combination. There's this, I'm not going to be able to remember what the brand was, but there was a brand that had like different flavors, and each bar, like each type of bar was a different color. And so there'd be ones that were like caramel, and ones that would be peanut, and ones that would they had a whole bunch of different flavors. So it wasn't like just chocolate. There was always stuff mixed into it. But those were so good. And then I'm sure if you've been talking to castmates about food, the ice cream stores have come up.
Yes, it did.
Yes. Yeah, the ice cream, I was very impressed by the ice cream. I was there like every week. Yeah, I mean, it was also so convenient because these two really good different ice cream stores were like 10 minutes, not even walking from where we were staying. So it was like, after, a busy day on set, we'd get back and they'd be like, who wants ice cream? And then like a group of us would just go. So I think that's part of it too, is like the ice cream was amazing. But there's also sort of like a sentimental memory that we all have. Like when I think of those ice cream stores, like I just think about sitting outside with my ice cream and just like getting to know my castmates and like laughing and chatting and making jokes. So I think there's that aspect of it too, but it was really good ice cream.
And it looks like, season 2, so you're going to get to do that again. So yeah, hopefully,
thinking about, hey, don't pin her down on us. Don't say that. Don't be nice. Samantha, just because I don't know any better, you mentioned that you are from Vancouver. Was this your first major real overseas trip, and then going to Serbia? How was the experience going to Serbia?
Well, it wasn't my first big overseas trip. I did kind of the classic American study abroad experience in college. So I was in Prague studying at the Prague Film School for 8 months until it was sadly shut down by COVID. I was supposed to be there for a full year. That's okay. I'm not bitter about it. But yeah, so that was technically my first like big overseas, like flew over there, didn't know a soul, had the best time of my life. It was incredible. So I wasn't quite as nervous, I think, to go to Serbia as I would have been had I not had that experience of, going by myself to a new country where I don't speak the language and just kind of figuring it out. I was honestly just really excited. Like, I'm a travel lover at my core. I absolutely love traveling and seeing new places. So for me, I was like, oh, cool. I get to go to a new country I've never been to. That's awesome. So yeah, for me, it was exciting more than anything. I think the nerves came in more in terms of just making sure I did a good job and that I was, doing the job, doing the role justice, and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, I was excited. I was a person that was traveling on weekends when I wasn't filming. I went all over the place.
Oh, that is cool. Hey, who knows? Maybe if we have another chance to speak to you again in the future, maybe you can tell us about some of those trips and journeys
maybe.
and stuff. That'd be kind of cool. We have some activity. They're fighting over the chocolate in the chat room. They're threatening to throw each other out
That's
of the
funny.
airlock for the chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. So they're listening. Richard, I know you went dark for a moment. We are going to end. Well, Samantha does have to get going in a few minutes. So we are in the final minutes. We want to make sure to respect her time.
Mhm.
She's giving us time, folks. Get your questions, comments in there going right now. Richard, Michael, then Jag, please.
Just real quick. When you were growing up, did you have what were some of your favorite hobbies that you had besides, dreaming of being an actress? I mean, did you, were you into sports or anything like that, or a cheerleader or anything stereotypical like that?
I was a soccer player as a kid.
Oh, wow.
That was kind of my other thing. I did musical theater and soccer. Those were like my big things as a child. Yeah, I played soccer pretty much my entire childhood. There was one point where I was on probably like 3 different teams at once, going with my poor mom driving me around the city from practice to practice. Yeah, she was amazing. I mean, she had 3 kids all doing soccer, all on different teams, driving us all around LA.
Wow.
Main practices. Yes, my mom's a super mom. But yeah, so that was a huge part of my childhood because I was practicing during the week and then I was going to tournaments on the weekends and playing home games as well on the weekends. And I played pretty much every position at some point during my soccer time.
What was your favorite position then?
Yeah, in soccer.
I was actually a goalkeeper, which I really loved.
Wow.
That was like my favorite one.
I can see
Not
that.
my parents' favorite one. Because I was kind of fearless as a child in the sense of like I had no problem just throwing my body into the air to catch a ball. Like there was no fear. So I think it was probably a little frightening for my parents because I would hit my head on the goalpost or get kicked in the face and all that kind of fun.
Well, that explains
stuff,
your character bouncing off the set like that. That explains
that prepared you. Yeah.
Yes. What genre do you like besides science fiction?
Ooh. Gosh. I'm really into like dark comedy, which I don't know if that was necessarily like a full genre in the way that like sci-fi or fantasy or something would be, but I very much idolize Phoebe Waller-Bridge. So like Fleabag and the things that she's worked on. I love her so much. So yeah, there's a show I really like called Bad Sisters, which is also a dark comedy show, which she is not a part of. That was a separate show. But yeah, I just find that kind of writing really clever. So I like it.
What's your favorite music genre, if you have?
Oh, goodness. I have such a boring answer to this, which is that I kind of listen to everything, to be honest with you. I just like music in general. Let's see. I grew up as a Swiftie. Like I'll kind of always be a Taylor Swift fan. I have been since I was a small child. So I don't think that fan in me will ever kind of go away no matter how old I get. But other than her, I can't really think of like a consistent like artist that I've like always loved or always gone to their concerts or anything like that. I kind of just like music in general.
Good. Well, that's well-rounded. That's good.
Thanks.
Nathan did click a bit early, but he says if he wants something made when I get back, he will be able to. He says someone message him. So on those memes, is there anyone in particular that you would like?
Any memes I would like?
Yeah, since this guy, and I mean, Mr. Sharon.
Oh goodness, I could think of so many. Well, along the lines of the one you guys talked about before with the Killing Helena Trust, there's that funny bit where she is talking to Angus, and he says, "You killed all those people," and she says, "Well, yeah, it was me or them." I don't know if that's already been made into one, but if it hasn't, I like that.
There you go, Nathan. So I'm going to ask the community, because remember, he says that he's going to forget. So we're going to have to, because he is on vacation. He mentioned that when we did yesterday's program, which was about, a day and 6 hours ago? So what was that? 30, 32, something. He was starting a 35-hour trip.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can find it. And Sam, I tell you how many gifts you've got, but I'd have to look at my computer. I think it's probably around 10. So yeah. So when he gets back, I think we're going to ask for a special, and we'll see what we can do on that. When season 2 comes back, what thoughts do you have about Kelly's future? I don't think that's a gotcha question. That's a fair. What do you think?
If you mean like if she were to come back?
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
okay.
If she were to come back, that's fair.
Gosh, I don't know. I feel like there's so many different directions it could go. Yeah, I mean, I guess it could always be that while she got whacked in the head, she's restarting. Now she's a good guy, which would be interesting.
That's a common theory now. That is a common theory in the fans.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I definitely thought that would be cool. Or like, I know Christy's mentioned she'd like to see Kelly have like a redemption arc where she comes back and like redeems herself against her mother, which would be cool too. I don't know. I feel like there's so many different ways it could go. Like, so much happened to her at the end of that season. I really don't. I would be curious to see how she feels about her mom after everything that went down at the end.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I did get a reminder note, and rightfully so. We don't want to be jerks and take you up to the exact moment, Samantha. We do know that you have a commitment, and you have been very kind to us.
Thank you.
And look, there's the first one. Duh. We just want Kelly back. And then
Kelly with no memory.
Kelly with no memory. That would be interesting. She's like a fresh slate, whole new person.
There's another one. There's some good ideas. So there we go, folks. And it's all good. Kelly. Oh, damn. No, I did it. I had done 1 hour and 24 minutes. All right. I'm so sorry. Samantha, it's been absolutely awesome.
Thank you.
You are too kind. And this is twice now, so we've made you suffer twice.
No.
And we look forward to it. If you have any other projects, if you have anything that you would like to talk about, and we would love to have a conversation with you. If you have any projects, programs, anything that you want to get out, drop us a line. We'll announce it. We'll follow up, and we cannot wait. We are fans. And
Thank you.
This is your first, major starring role. Damn! It was
yes.
Good.
Yes.
Can't wait to see what follows.
Samantha, if you're really serious, I'll hook you up with a hat or whatever. Just let me know.
Oh, there you go.
That would be so
I'll hook you up.
Yeah.
Through your agent or whatever. I'll hook you up.
Yeah, we'd have to do it. Wouldn't that be funny, Samantha, that you walk in with a hat like that and then
they're going, what?
And the creators.
Where did you get that?
Yeah. That's funny. That is good. Yes.
Yeah.
You're getting a lot of love in the chat room right now, which is really great.
Aww.
And it's all directed to you. Keep it up.
Aww.
Can't wait to see what's coming. And we'll see. We understand the scripts are being written or pre-production has started, but we don't know anything because of the strike out here on the West Coast. We don't know how much it's going to affect over there. So we'll see. But we can't wait. Looking forward to it. And who knows? Maybe the clone of Helena will come back.
Yes. Never know.
Oh, my God.
And, yeah.
I love that fan theory.
And then you're really going to have a dance with that woman. Oh,
oh yeah.
So we'll see.
Oh, yeah.
That would be entertaining. That's cool.
Thank you guys for having me. This was so much fun.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Samantha.
much.
All right. We'll see you.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
All right. There it is. And good night, Samantha. Well, there it is, folks. Wow. Yet again, another kind individual coming over to spend time with us. Absolutely awesome. So we're going to get to some further announcements and comments in just a moment. Michael, any breaking news, anything? I know it's not on the NDB Media website yet, but you do have a confirmation for June 5th, do you not? Or is it now on?
It should be up there.
Okay, I did not see it, but we do. That was earlier today. I will say that.
Yeah.
Oh, she's on there now. So, folks, I'm going to switch over to the NDB Media site, and maybe Michael can give us a who's who of what is to come, and then I will add the one that is going to be on Wednesday.
Yeah, I got to remember myself. Well, as we just had Samantha on, and on the 21st of May, we have Christy Burke. On the 22nd, we have Danya Cash. She's in a movie right now that is on a Hallmark channel, Hearts in the Game. And Ben Emmanuel. He's got a brand new movie, Have Hope, Yo.
Oh, no. Have hope, yo.
Well, whatever. you do it better. And I'm not going to say why.
I was just...
Hey.
Yeah, that's the 29th. And then, I cannot pronounce her name, June 5th.
Skyla Elise.
I think that's right. The
crossover...
yeah, exactly. The crossover that's on Disney Plus right now. And we still have tentative people. Evan is on vacation, so he is going to...
damn. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say thank you.
Damn.
Evan English from Star Trek Enterprise.
Sorry.
You're lucky I remember some of it.
I know. I'm so sorry. Let me try it again.
This is why we don't give Roger the nuclear codes.
Oh, I know.
Oh, that was embarrassing. But at least the emails were read. That's all I can say.
Well, that's true. That's true. So as I said, Evan English, Star Trek Enterprise. He's on vacation right now. He's actually in Europe. He's coming back to LA, and as soon as he does, we're going to confirm.
And
Jelena Moore and Stephen Moore from the Ark.
Yeah.
We're still working on the date because they moved to LA.
Yeah, they're moving to LA.
They're moving to LA and they just arrived. So I'm giving them a day or two to say, hey, you ready to book us?
And just real quick, for those that don't know, Jenna Lamore is Cogner, and Stephen Moore was the nurse's assistant and the chaplain on the show, just for those that were not aware.
Yeah. And of course, we have Paul Leonard Murray confirmed with me. We're just working on a date right now, Mr. Trust. And another one that I'm working on is Naleda Murray. She's in Sweet Tooth. If anybody has seen that, that's on Netflix.
Oh, that one is new. You hadn't told me about that one, Michael.
Yeah, well, this hasn't been totally confirmed yet, but yeah.
But they've committed.
They've committed.
That's the only time that we will actually list them, because Michael has, you have about another, 4 or 5 that have shown interest.
Yeah.
But no commitment, no nothing. They haven't said, I want to be on. But they've said, try us back in about a month or 3 months because I'm on said project or whatever. Yeah. Actually, you might be up to 6 that you're holding on to right now, right?
Well, I just got 10 possibilities today.
But, but we'll be cool on that one. And it is related to Serbia. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, it's related to Serbia, yeah.
Yeah. So. It may not be the Ark, but
might
it
be
is
something else.
Yeah, yes, and that might be let's leave it at that. So, wow. That's really good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Folks, you did see earlier our guest that did pop in real quick. It was the announcement that I had. This was his comment. Good evening. If you look very carefully on his Facebook page, he is a world-renowned composer. I'm going to go to his page right now. It is Eugene Castillo. He has performed in many parts of the world, and he will be joining us this Wednesday along with his co-guest, and I'm going to get to that information in a moment. But he has conducted around the world. He's performed for royalty in Southeast Asia, and he's been in the United Kingdom, Germany, United States, all over the place. I went to school with him. That's my tiny claim to fame. He was a senior, I was a freshman. And he's a wonderful individual. He's going to be on with us at 6 p.m. on Wednesday. We're getting the details set right now, but Eugene Castillo will be joining us, and we're looking forward to that. And he's also committed to doing an interview on his own with us. So I'm just absolutely jazzed about that. And they're going to be talking about their project this Wednesday that I mentioned earlier. I'm going to go to the banner on that again. It's right here, The Courage to Look. You can check it out in the Facebook groups. If you go over there, take a look. It is a hot topic item, so check it out. But it's the Courage to Look project that they're working on right now. So if you want to head on over there, please go ahead and do so. And I did promise that I would announce this one as well for Ms. Cooper. Veterans Walk and Talk. So you can check that out. It's on Instagram, Veterans Walk and Talk Northern Cal. The event is May 14th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And click for details right there on the Chiron at the bottom. So excellent. I just had to get through those announcements, folks. And let me clear out that one. And we're good on that. So, yeah.
Another good show. I mean, wow.
Okay. We have quite a few people on with us still. And folks, as you know, we still have quite a few guests that are going to be joining us from the ARC.
They're guessing.
Oh, what's that?
They're guessing what show in Serbia.
Oh, they're on. Okay.
Oh, they're on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Richard and Jag don't even know about this yet because it's happened that quickly.
A sneeze and a cough. Yes.
A sneeze and a
sorry
cough.
about that. I apologize. I don't know what happened right there. But anyway, Nathan says, I've spoken with David privately with his Instagram of it. He'd probably read your message if you contact him there. Okay. David Alaha from Star Trek Discovery. Thank you, Nathan. So, excellent. All right. Since we have the ARC fans with us, our family, our friends, we're asking you on some ideas on what you guys would like us to do moving forward. Because obviously the ARC will not be on for at least 6 months. So we want to know what you guys think. Did you notice the looks that the host just gave me right now? They're like, oh, you should have said anything. I'm like, I want to know if you guys have any ideas. We still have not reviewed episode 12, and I guess we could do that. We're not going to do that today, but maybe we can schedule that soon enough. But if there's some other ideas that you would like to, Strange New World. Okay, that is going to happen, irrespective. But what I meant was for the ARC audience. What do you want us to do? A weekly, a monthly? Did you guys want us to do a relook of all the episodes? What do you guys want to do?
A review?
A rewatch? Sometimes, because we did not review all the episodes.
No, we didn't start until episode 5 or 6.
Well, no, I think it was 5. Elizabeth?
So would we.
Excuse me?
Well, that's right. So would we. I've tried everybody on a lot of the Star Treks already. So
Okay, yeah, but I don't think in the same context that Elizabeth does.
No, absolutely not.
We would love to have Mr. Mount as a guest. So that would be. Stop shaking your head, Richard. That was way too easy. Come on, man. Way too easy. Is there a way to do a live rewatch of some of the episodes?
So
Yes,
the only
there
concern with
is.
that is
Okay,
Copyright.
yes, there is. But we cannot show it on screen. It could be off screen and we're all watching it, and then like we'll pause and then we can continue.
unless
But
the showrunners are watching or somebody that's in charge of the copyright can give us permission, then yes. But yeah, the copyright.
then there it is. We will have to ask them if we can do, something like that. So we'll have to see. But anyway, Nathan, enjoy your time in Vietnam. And if you find Charlie for us, that'll be nice.
You wouldn't want
talking
to
about
say
my
that.
friend
You
Forrest
wouldn't want
Gump.
to say that 50 years ago, Roger.
Oh, really? Richard, I'd love to have Anson Mount. Oh, well, there you go. Okay, all kidding
Whatever.
aside, I think those are, of course. I think those are the announcements that I have. Gentlemen, what else did you guys want to talk about now? Otherwise, we're going to pretty much be there.
I'm just gonna say I just miss the arc, but it's great to see it. I'm reliving it vicariously on Twitter when Spain. I'm tweeting about it when that airs with them, and it's just great to see them react the way that we did or differently. So it's just fun, and it's in Spanish. I'm learning my Spanish again, so just trying to remember all that. So it's great.
So is
You
it
should-
really your Spanish then? If you're
It is
having to
my
relearn it?
Spanish. I have JAG Spanish. That's correct.
You have JAG Spanish.
Yes, that's correct.
What
So
the
Richard,
hell
I
is
saw
that?
you moving your head back and forth. Was that something?
What? No, I
Earlier.
was reading Elizabeth's
Oh.
comment.
I was
And-
like, what,
and
you don't like my
there's
Spanish?
I can't help you have Anson mount you. There's nothing I can do about that.
Well, anyway, I was gonna say we have JAG time, so we have JAG Spanish. So anyway,
We've been
good job, Elizabeth. Keep the arc going.
Exactly. That's a good fan group you got going. I mean, everyone involved. I mean,
Oh yeah, let's bring that up,
Yeah.
Elizabeth. Great job on the fan group. What an enormous amount of people joining. Marcia, the same with you. Great job on just keeping the arc going and alive during this off season with just getting all these members out there. I was mentioning it to Michael the other day. It's just impressive to see you guys keep doing that. So we appreciate that.
And that's what I was talking to Michael about, where we want to keep it going. And folks, I know you missed it this morning or at the start of this episode where I did a roll call. I asked all the fan groups to identify themselves, but I guess they didn't do so, or they hadn't joined us yet. And we're here because of you, as much as you are because of us. So any way that we can help get the word out. So you guys have been great. I told Michael, I think with the last week is how stupid I've been. Why haven't we mentioned the fan groups by name? We have indirectly, but we never mentioned. That's why I'm trying to get them. So yes, indeed. Yep. It's with help from all of us. And I think that's the way it is. Yeah.
Yep. And I think I am convinced that the fan groups and everybody that's involved with the arc is the reason we got the season 2 that we did, all that hard work. And so I really do think that it was the fans that really helped that happen. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's got the Kelly look, folks.
Oh, hell no. Oh, I'm not that. Oh, and there is one right there. The ARC
Yes.
series fan group. That's what I was hoping, folks, but I believe not everyone had arrived yet. And I apologize for that. I was shocked because Elizabeth is always there like 30 minutes beforehand.
ARC 47 or ARC 46
No,
on
actually,
station.
it's ARC 50-something.
So I'm ARC 0. Michael's ARC 2. You're ARC 47. Richard, I don't think you
But
have
I'm
an
now
ARC.
ARC 47A.
Oh, that's
Something
right.
happened
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
where
right.
I lost
Because-
ARC 47.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
Good, I don't know his arc.
you know, it was,
I
it
can't
was
say
a
my
gun.
arc online.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so he's arc 31.
Okay. There it is. Arc
That would be
54.
section 31, folks, but that's another universe. Michael, why? Why did I go from arc 47 to arc 47A? Something happened, I forget.
Yeah, the cannon came.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay.
The cannon.
Yeah, there it is.
The cannon on
54.
arc 57.
Oh, there's a cannon on Arc 57?
Yes,
I thought it was on
there
Arc 15. Oh, okay.
No, there's another one.
Marsha. Damn it. Okay. I may have missed. Oh, wait a minute. Marsha.
We might have missed it. We got a ton of things all at the same time.
Yeah, we're old.
Well, I can get away with saying that. I really don't see it, Marsha, but
Or maybe we didn't get it.
excuse me.
StreamYard has that option sometimes, that little glitch where some comments sometimes just don't make it in. I've had that issue.
I was going to ask Samantha what her arc number is, but
Next
I don't know.
time.
Yeah, I suppose
I
so.
think I gotta save some questions for next time.
Oh, really? Is that what it is? Okay.
Yes. Keep them coming back.
So, are we going to review episode 12?
I think we should. And I think we should review the episodes we missed.
Let's talk about episode 12. So, folks, do we need to review episode 12? Yeah, I think we do, right? So, it's good.
Do I
What are
have
we
notes?
looking at? When do you want to review it?
The same time that we've done it.
Don't calm down, Stymie. Come on, be nice.
Hang on. Do I even have notes on it?
Yeah, stop it. Oh, do I have notes on it? Yeah,
I don't think I took notes because we were going to have the group. So I don't
All
think
evidence to the contrary.
yeah. We'll see.
Let's
I'll
just
have-
have to watch it. I'm sure I have my notes, so
I'll probably
we'll
have to
do it.
rewatch
So I'm running over to the calendar right now to see when we have some available time because Michael is jamming up my schedule.
That's
Our
right.
schedule. And I cannot put this one on screen, folks, because there are some guests that are on here that we're not prepared to announce just yet. I did get your comment, Elizabeth. Yes, I was running Battle with the Kazon, right? Or someone
Yeah.
else? Yeah, Kazon.
Kazon, yes.
Yeah, but did you phonetically spell that?
KAYSZ.
Oh my
Okay.
God, that was damn funny in yesterday's episode, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, both Richard and I phonetically spelled.
Kazon.
Oh my God, yeah, there's.
By the way,
Kazon.
did you catch that? I know it's a different show now, but Roger, did you catch that? I'm going to have to hunt it down. But in 2 episodes where 7 and 9 is involved with discussing the Kazon, that the species numbers are different. You know how they say species 196 or whatever? Yeah, I'm going to have to catch that.
Oh wow, yeah, no, I did. Okay, what's the Reliant prefix code? Come on, hurry up! Come on, what is it?
I don't know, but I know NCC
Yeah,
16309.
16309. No, the
75656.
prefix code.
I'm
Not the registry number. The prefix.
That's
code.
all. I'm talking Voyager. That's really the only one.
16309. Okay.
No.
What was the code that Spock used in the first movie to lock Ilea out? Come on, remember on the door? What he used? 4 or 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you
What was
wanna
the code
play?
of the Ark? What
Wanna
was the
play?
code?
Oh, what
What was the
hell?
code on the Ark to remove the self-destruct on Ark 3?
Computer cease destruct sequence.
Zero,
code
zero.
1198.
Even I don't remember it. He really had to
Yeah. Oh, Elizabeth's like, oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, Elizabeth. We're being a-holes right now. And you were just telling us a cute story, and then we went way off right now.
Oh yeah.
So when do you guys want to do the next one? Because our calendar is getting jammed. We would, if we're going to do something next week, folks, on Sunday, as you know, Richard right over here has started the Better Call Saul Season 6 rewatch. That's at 3 p.m. Pacific time on this channel. So that runs for about an hour or 2 hours. Did you guys want to do episode 12 review on
Next
that?
Sunday is Mother's Day,
That's
Roger.
Mother's Day.
Yeah, that's Mother's Day. You don't.
Yo, mama. Are you going to do an episode, Richard? Better Call Saul?
I'm going to have to get with the J-Man on that.
If we want to do one on the 21st for episode 12, we would have to squeeze it in at about 6 p.m. because I have a program that goes at 8 that night.
Well, don't we also have
We also have
the captain?
the captain
Oh,
that day
that's
too.
right.
That's a lot of
From 11 to 1.
yeah.
Yes, I already have 3 programs.
And it might go further, so it might go to 2. So
probably.
Yeah.
So do you guys want to shoot for the 28th or do you want to shoot during the week?
I honestly think you should probably do it during the week. It's less crowded as long as you're free.
How soon? Because Wednesday is already booked at 6 p.m. and at 8 p.m. Wednesday's booked. I'm just shocked. The entire audience is still here listening to us argue over
Arguing
episode
about
12.
what
Well,
you're going to do.
They're part of it too. Do you want to do this?
Get a private chat message. Okay. When? And let me be a dick. Where?
Why? No, I
If
want
you're
to
coming to
schedule.
Los Angeles, yeah, I made a. Oh, what? What? You little bastard.
What?
What? You actually wrote that in the private chat, you little. Wow. Okay. All right, you little bastard. Okay. You wrote that in the private chat. I have a picture of it now.
Yeah, look at it again.
Yeah, you changed the word.
I mistyped it.
Whatever. Wow. All right.
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest with you.
Jag and
To be
I-
serious. Huh?
Oh, to be serious, can you tell
Yes.
Jag and I only get along professionally? We're not even friends on
No,
Facebook.
we're not.
Or Instagram.
Or on Instagram or anything. And on purpose.
Nothing. We're not even friends. We hate
We're
each
not
other.
friends at all. I'll let you guys know. I don't know myself.
Well, apparently, still not a friend. I don't give a rat's ass. Oh. Oh, spill? Okay. I'll let him clean it up, man. I took a picture of it. You know what the little punk said? Because he said he's going to be, he sent me a message, and I'm like, oh, really? So where are you going? And he used an acronym for your unlawful cardinal knowledge.
Yeah, but you forgot the N at the end.
And then apparently he had to add a letter. So. And then at the very bottom, he repeats it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And
For the
then
letter.
with an N. Wow. Yes. I don't think we're going to be friends anytime soon.
Aw.
Well, wherever Jag went, and Michael and Richard, they all got welcomed into the group fast.
But you got the big chair.
I have a big chair.
That's all I'm
I
going to
have a
say.
big chair.
Creaky.
Yeah, we have
Oh,
a suit.
On a
Yes, go
serious
ahead.
note,
Oh, like really? This hasn't been serious?
what is up with the dog? I haven't heard him.
I have no comment.
Okay.
He
There's
showed
the shovel.
earlier.
The shovel.
Yeah, the shovel had other duties.
Oh, damn it. No, I should've
Elizabeth.
said,
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to be rough right now.
Uh-huh. I don't know if you want to go there.
Now I'm being threatened.
You remember what NOR stands for, Roger?
Yeah, isn't that room?
Natural Organic Reduction. Or composting.
Okay, how about we just call it Memorial Day weekend? You want to do it on the 28th? That's a Sunday on a 4-day weekend, though. It's up to you guys.
Let me see if I've pre-booked that.
No, you haven't. It's open.
No, on my personal calendar,
Oh.
where I've said to guests, we have this date available. We have this date available.
Yeah, other calendars exist.
Yes, they do. And I'm in control of all of them.
That's the 28th. Yeah.
It's a Memorial Day weekend. That's a 4-day weekend. You guys want it? Audience, please, you're still with us. When do you want us to do episode 12 review?
Okay, we just got something on Monday. I don't think I did the 28th.
Yeah, that's Ben Emmanuel. Have hope, yo. I heard him. I heard a little girl scream in the background.
Yeah, well, they saw what you did to the dog.
Oh my God. Feed the ego. Feed the ego.
It doesn't take very much.
That doesn't.
Oh.
Look at that. All right, Elizabeth. No swag for you.
It's just so little is required. Damn, you really choked on that one.
Yeah, Marsha must have left.
Yeah, she probably did.
Actually, we are losing several. So, all kidding aside, do you guys want to put off the day, or do you want to go on the 28th? Or did you guys want to go during the week? This week coming up.
Just let me know in advance. And
that's why we're asking.
That's what I'm saying. Just let me know in advance.
I'm not a complete dictator here.
I don't know the plans yet. So.
Oh, Marsha, toma.
Toma.
Yeah.
Del hocico.
Well, I didn't say that, but I'm all right with it.
Yeah.
Okay, I do
Marsha.
say whenever your schedule allows. Okay, thank you, Marsha. I'm here, she says, for both the program and right here, right now. So what do you guys want to do?
No, we shouldn't really do housekeeping on air.
I know, we shouldn't. Okay, we're good. All right, shall I just call it then?
Yeah, call it.
Okay, Thursday. Oh, shit, wait a minute. I'm going to check my...
Oh, my gosh, Roger.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's all good. We thank you for sticking around with us. We are going to go off air and finish this meeting right now because we do have some things we have to take care of. But you guys have been absolutely awesome. It's the only reason why we're here. It's because you guys come in and play with us, and we get to play with you guys too. It is incredible. And knowing that these phenomenal actors spend time with us, and Jag is right. It is something that we've realized that they are all committed. They're all invested. And that is cool. That is really neat. So we do appreciate it. We thank you all. And you guys saw it. We have our community corner where we're making announcements. So if you have announcements, we will post them. We used to do it on the old channels, and now I brought it back. So Elizabeth, I told you I was going to do the announcement, and I did it for you. So it's all good. Okay. So everyone else, I expect you until we're on FUN.
There you go.
That's what he told me.
FUN. Fun.
Yeah. FUN. We'll see you guys.
Bye, y'all.
All right. Peace.